ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all of you for being here for the launch of this amazing book, 1000 Days. So before I start this discussion, I would like to congratulate Seema for organizing this amazing Just Even Literature Carnival very successfully every year. And I'm extremely glad to be a part of this once again. Okay, so now coming back to the book, 1000 Days. Um, Congratulations, Rajiv, for your second book.
Thank you so
And
much.
Rajiv's first book was Pocket Square, which was, I guess, released in Delhi Book Fair in February. And incidentally, I was a part of that also.
Yes.
So, see, Rajiv, I finished this book, I told you yesterday night only. And honestly, I'm still under that emotional connect I developed, with the book yesterday. And I would say that this book is actually emotional, inspirational, and at the same time transformative as well. So you will have a very feel-good kind of feeling after reading this book.
Thank you.
So, moving further, as already Rajiv has been introduced to be a very successful security professional. So you being a seasoned security professional and now with two books, I mean, you have proved amply that you have a fantastic flair for writing as well. So first of all, a huge round of applause for this. You is a multitasker.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So now let's start this discussion without wasting any time. So Rajiv, take me back to the time when you decided to write 1000 Days. How did you conceive the idea and how it was all, like the journey?
Okay, thank you, Kamini, and thank you for accepting my invitation to moderate this session. Yes, you were there in the last book. Thank you, Seema, for this opportunity. So 1000 Days, I mean, as the name suggests, is definitely a journey. And it is actually a journey about relationships. It is a journey about trust, hope. It is a journey about willpower. I was, I got into a situation. I went to a place where I saw extremely successful gentleman or extremely successful family on a tough time had nobody to support them. And then it triggered my mind that, even if you have lots of money in your bank account, but your actual wealth is your relationship, is your family, is your friends, and how do you conduct yourself within the community. And that's where actually it triggered. So it's a journey that happened because of an incident. I do not know, one of us will talk about that incident today, but that's the inspiration. More so, the first book that I wrote, Pocket Square, and thank you for many people here who are actually wearing that pocket square today. It was a collection of 24 micro biographies of some successful stalwarts of the security industry. So I had that content. As you heard, that I also have a YouTube channel. So I interviewed all of them and converted that interview in that book. But that was not kind of very creative. I had the content, just converted into the book. But this was the collection of my thoughts. This was the collection of my experience, my feelings, and what I went through in those 1000 days.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question is, 1000 Days, as I said, since I've already read the book, is it emotional and a heartwarming book? No doubt. So, what do you think the readers out there should expect from this amazing book? The emotions, or what all aspect do you think they will be left with after finishing the book?
बड़ा मुश्किल सवाल है. I really do not have the answer for this question. But so it's neither a self-help book. It doesn't have a gyan. It's only a story that revolves around me and people who are very close to me. It's only give you an indication and it's a thought-provoking book that will lead you to think that how you actually can enjoy, honor, respect, cherish these moments, these relationships. I do not know, what are the takeaways. There could be different for different people. That's what I think. As far as I have tried, I have not tried to put any gyan in this book, not at all. I mean, it's just simply sharing the experience and how I felt. I hope that people will connect to it, people will relate to it and think, and maybe work on it.
True, you're right. Actually, this book has got a lot of things to offer to its readers. So everybody will have their own perspective and own takeaway from the book. So my next question is for Dr. Parinita Kaur. This book owes a lot to you, Dr. Kaur. You gave a new life to actually Rajiv's father. So, how do you feel actually remembering those days when you had interaction with you, those specific moments, which have now been actually captured into this book? So, please share your views about it.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had known Sir for a long time, and he was a very, very dear patient to me. Over time, I had, developed fond likeness to him, and he would always turn up to me for sometimes just for comfort, sometimes for medications. So it was, a special relationship with him. So on that particular day, it so happened that he was just at the right time in the right place, and although Sir likes to call it a miracle, but I think he was just there, and there was a miracle bound to happen from somewhere up above, and that is what happened. But after that, what happened was a journey where he actually suffered a cardiac arrest, and he had a critical condition which took a lot of time to recover. And over these next few days, the thoughts, the emotions that I saw were those of fear, vulnerability, you know, uncertainty. And then after a few days, I saw that when all this passed, I saw that there was a lot of solidarity, there was a lot of clarity, and there was a lot of strength in the family, in the friends, and there was a clarity of thought of what was given to them, to the family as a reward. They found that now this gift of life that Mathur sir had got has to be cherished, and I saw how everyone stood up to take care of him, and they gave him so much of tender loving care. It was difficult, there were difficult times, but I think all of them stood by him, and that saw the miracle, and he stood back and he came back to his life, and after that he had multiple moments of what life is all about. He cherished all those moments, and I think that acceptance that what we are getting as of now is a gift, and we should cherish it, is what I felt for the next 1,000 days. So thank you.
So actually 1,000 days happened because of you?
No, not at all. It is just, he just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
So I read your, the book ends with your note only, and it was really amazing. I mean, very emotional, I would say. So God may design miracle, but actually these are doctors who finally execute a miracle in this world, modern world.
Totally humbled to be here and to, to get this kind of recognition, and I think we all do this with utmost sincerity, and each patient, everybody is special to us, and I just hope we keep doing the good work. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Vijay is not there. Okay, fine. Okay. So my next question is for General Sudhir Sharma sir. Did you get a chance to read the book? Please say a few words, sir,
Yeah.
about this.
Thank you very much. Firstly, I feel privileged to be here today to unveil the book, and thank you, Dr. Mathur, for giving me the opportunity to be here. I have read the book, of course, I have. I also read Pocket Square, so you can see I'm wearing it today to tell him that yes, I honor that Pocket Square. But about the book, I want to say a few things. I'm myself a very voracious reader of books. And then when I picked up the book, I was a little surprised as to what could I see in this book. So the first thing which stood out to me was total sincerity. It's a book which is so sincere and so honest and from the heart that it touched me because of its pure sincerity. Second thing, I've rarely seen a book which talks about pain, suffering, and still exudes positivity. That's very strange. And when you feel people are sick or people are dying, yet you feel a positive vibe running through the book which says good things could happen. And finally, I think this is a book about relationships. And I don't agree with Rajiv when he says it's a story. It's not a story. It's factual account of a book. It just talks about human relationships. And he reads them so beautifully that one starts wondering again. We hear a lot, friends are important, relations are important. But Rajiv has actually walked that talk. He's actually created those friends and relations which stand out in the book, and you can feel them. You can feel them come out of the book, that they are his friends of a lifetime, which we all have learned. So like he says, no lessons from the book, but one lesson is maintain a relationship. I really love reading it because it brought out those emotions in it. So it's sincere, transparent, humane book which talks about compassion and friendship. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
This is true actually what Sudhir Sharma told, that you have built relationships, and we can see that in the book launch. Even in your previous book launch also, I saw your friends, your acquaintances, your family member, all there to support you. So that is absolutely true, agree? Okay. So now my next question is for Vipul Mathur. So Vipul, you have given the epilogue to the book, and you are a family member. Vipul is brother-in-law of Dr. Rajiv Mathur. So Vipul, what do you have to say about this book? Your views about it?
So I think all what has been said so far is just so much true that it's brutally honest, very sincere, very emotional and inspirational. Those are words which been used so far. And I remember one of the late nights drinking sessions on the balcony. He shared this as a thought, and it was very, very touching. He said, "Okay, this is something which is very close to the family. We've seen it happening." And the book came from a point of view that relationships are nurtured, and which is so true for Rajiv Bhaiya, because I've seen him investing so much as a human to build relationships which eventually pay out. And I put another thought, that some of these relationships or people who have come in your life, maybe Dr. Parinita and so many others, are incidental, and perhaps they were destined to be there. And then it led to another set of conversation, because I lost my parents in a span of about 2 weeks, and it started to build up this other thought that people come in together in this world and they leave together because we're bound to be together. So as I shared this with Rajiv Bhaiya, said that why don't you bring an epilogue to it, which is a context of that there is there's a karmic thing, there could be a godly intervention. So the kind of people Bhaiya mentioned in the book, the brothers, Sharad Bhai, everybody else. My instinct was that one, it has been nurtured, and other it has come to him, and that was the attempt to create an epilogue.
So finally,
Thank you.
Rajiv made you a writer too.
He did, and I'm so thankful. And I, in that epilogue, I also said that if we are together,
Yeah.
if I happen to meet with you, with the family, and Raki, my wife, Rajiv's sister, it's a destiny. And then you inviting, and he has been telling me, Shiko, it's such a delight to write, and so on and so forth. So this is perhaps my first journey and the first step to become a writer. I hope that through this inspiration, I will have a book and a launch together with you here. Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful talk.
Okay, now my next question is for Rajiv. So Rajiv, this is your second book. As we all book was Pocket Square, which narrates the story of 24 professionals from security industry, and these entire stories are very inspirational. I have read that book also. So this book and that book is completely different. That was like about others, maybe biographical account, and this is something completely different. The genre becomes different. It's your story. So how this transition happened, and did you face any difficulty or any bottleneck, any writer's block? Tell us about that.
Honestly, that book was written by 24 people. But I wrote this book. Okay, so I think a little bit story of that book, how the name Pocket Square came in. I was strictly told by my family not to talk about Pocket Square today, only talk about this book, but that book is still very close. So the name.
Rajiv, actually, promotion of one book is the promotion of other book also.
An accomplished author speaking. So I wrote a book in a fashion where all those 24 stories were converted into microbiographies, and then few of my friends in one of the evening sessions, and I'm really very fond of wearing pocket squares, and as I said, it's an offshoot of 24 Jane and Jane YouTube, interviews with those 24. So incidentally, in all those 24 episodes, I'm wearing a different pocket square. So that was one reason. And secondly, I thought that a pocket square, which is only visible 25% and 75% is not, can't see it, but when you take out, it's a different image, different picture, different design, etc. So pocket square, the book talks about that 75% invisible side of a human person. That was how pocket square was. But this book talks about just very transparent me. Of course, it's an emotional time. 1,000 days have been emotional, but now I really cherish them. I feel that they have given me a lot of good experience. So during this period when I was writing, I had to actually go back in that time, go back in that zone. वो कभी-कभी थोड़ा सी तकलीफ होती थी, but I think this is, as everybody is saying, this I feel this is an honest book, and as I confess, honestly, that book was written by 24 different people, but I have genuinely written this book myself, and that's the difference.
Okay. So next and very important thing, what is next in the
Vijay Rai, by the way.
Okay, so we can take up the question.
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll take it. But first answer, what is next in the offering? Your third book.
Dr. Vijay. Honestly, I really don't know. I do not know. But definitely I know that there will be third one, for sure. There will be third one. क्या होगा, किसके बारे में होगा, ये मुझे, I have no clue at all.
Okay.
Absolutely no.
We will wait for that.
Can I respond to that?
Sir.
Yeah, sure,
There
sir.
is always what we call as the writer's itch.
Yeah.
So the writer knows that he has to write, but what he will write he doesn't know. And a creative writer will never like to be biased.
Yeah.
So it is good that you don't know. But that itch, I assure you, will make you write something.
Thank you, sir.
Write something of that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So my next question is for Dr. Vijay only. You have written the foreword of the book, sir, and foreword holds a very important place in any book. So what made you agree to write this for a book which is a very personal account of Dr. Rajiv?
You see, Rajiv, first of all, I met him on my school alumni platform. That means he is maybe 7-8 years younger to me in my school. And school is, is a personal touch. Like how much?
16 years.
Eh?
16.
15 years.
16.
16, oh. I mean, that is. He looks slightly older than what he is.
I was about to say, you look much younger.
So first of all, that personal connect was there. And when he made a request to me, so I was a bit surprised that I have, my field is medicine, and I'm a medical doctor, I'm a pediatrician by training, I've been in government service, I've worked in several health institutions. So I was surprised that why should a writer ask a doctor to write a foreword? He said, "Okay, sir, I'm sending you the manuscript. You please go through that and then you will realize why I'm saying that." And then when I went through that, then I realized it is the account of a family member who is dealing with a catastrophic event of a person who is very close to him. Now that was a perspective which we doctors, we don't come across. We talk to the patient, we look at the diagnosis mechanically, we get some tests done, we give some treatment, we call them for follow-up. But what is going on at the back end, we rarely come to know. So for me, as I started reading the manuscript, I started getting interested. And it was a good learning for me also. That what goes into the mind of a son who is coming to me and saying that you please save my father. So that is how it went on. I went through the manuscript very religiously, and I tried to do justice to him, not because he is my friend, but because of what I had in hand. So I didn't know that whether what I'm writing, because this was the first time I have written a foreword for a book. So I would really like to have the feedback from the audience. What do they think about the foreword?
Actually, I read the foreword and it was very intriguing. Actually, it's a good start to the book because everything depends on the foreword. That creates that mystery and aura of mystery around the book. So that's really interesting, and coming from a doctor who is completely from a different field.
Absolutely.
So that's really great.
That's relationship, no? I know who to request for what.
Oh, yes.
I know who to request for a book launch.
He was the one who found me, not the other way around.
So you knew that this is the second book, or that also you were not aware
That I
of?
knew it is the second book, but I know inkling
Yeah.
that it will have something to do with medicine, the field of medicine, the practice of medicine.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So now we have already done questions for the session, but I would like to ask our audience, anyone who is interested to ask anything from the author, anything regarding this book or anything about the publishing or writing journey, anyone from the audience? The kids from Galgodia, Litofest. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sharad Mathur, and we are brother-in-law. Rajiv Sahab is married to my sister. I have no questions. I just went through a couple of pages here. I think this book should be kept in every ICU at a point, because during the time of distress, we do not remember single thing. I went through something like this. My father was not well for 8 years. He was paralyzed, and he was all support at that time. And what I see is, when you have somebody as close as your father going through pain and hospitals and doctors, remembering the words and consolidating your emotions and writing it down so that others might learn from it.
Yeah.
This is a big book of strength, I must call it. And we all know you for your composite emotions and the way you put forward everything. So my heartiest congratulations once again, and I think this is one of the finest things you've ever done to so many people who go through distress. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
This is true. Actually, this book is a celebration. Yeah.
Rohit.
Well, as a younger brother, can't be more elated and proud of my big brother. But very glad for two reasons. I think this book brings two of the most important strengths of Rajiv. First, I think most of us have acknowledged that from tip to toe, this gentleman is all heart, right? And he goes extra mile to strengthen and build relations. Takes care of small little things which nobody would even imagine, just to make sure that the bond is intact and the family stays together. And the second part is he is all about innovation, out of box thinking, visualization, imagination. In fact, for all these years, I've been telling him, "Bhai, tu galat profession mein. You should be much more creative." And I'm so glad that he's taken this path, and I'm sure it's just going to be a start. And there are many more books which are about to come, and he's going to shine this field. All the best, Rajiv.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So actually, I will ask, you want to say something?
I'm going to ask.
Yeah,
I've
please.
a lot of time heard that, sometimes books are not written, they flow through you. So, who आपके साथ ऐसा?
ये हुआ, as I said that I had to actually go back to those 1000 days and it was happening. So I had a deadline कि मेरे को ये book को आज launch करना है. Those who have read would know why today. My other brothers are also here now. But I think बहुत देर से people are thinking, what is that 1 minute story and what has happened in that 1 minute? I'm sure most of you have read the book and half of you would know what is that 1 minute. So I want to share that. It could be a spoiler of the book part, but I still want to do it. इस बात के लिए भी मेरे को घर में मना किया गया था कि मत करना. But 10th November 2019. 10th November 2019. In the evening, my mother and my father were having a discussion, and my father said, "मेरे को कल सुबह डॉक्टर को दिखाने के लिए जाना है. I'm not feeling well." So Rohit has a ritual of doing a bhandara in Chhatarpur Mandir every year. 10th November 2019 was a bhandara that he had. So anyway, शाम को they came and he said that मेरे को कल डॉक्टर पे जाना है. My mother is saying कल नहीं जाना. Why? Because that's my son's birthday. But incidentally, when I was about to leave for the office, and it was decided कि 12:30 डॉक्टर परिणीता के साथ टाइम पे 12:30. When I went, so he said, "I'm not feeling well. जल्दी जाना है." So Ankita coordinated with Dr. Parinita, and she said, "I'm busy from 11 to 12:30. Come at 10:30." So somehow 10:30 everything happened, and when she checked him, she said, "एक बार ECG करा लेते हैं." And the moment he was taken to the ECG table, exact timings. The moment he was on the ECG table, he had a cardiac arrest, and his ECG line was, he had a flat line. But since she was there, and he was in the center of medical facilities, he was revived. He was revived for that 1 minute situation. It could have been different, 5 minutes here or 10 minutes there. So that 1 minute gave us 1000 more days with him. And that's the story, 1000 days, a story of a minute. That's the spoiler. But it's still good. And then, by the time he was recovered and we were back home, it was COVID, and everybody faced what happened during COVID. So that's 1000 days. That 1 minute miracle till the time we lost him. Exactly 1000 days in the calendar. But it is not a sad book, guys. This is definitely not a sad book. Trust me, it is not a sad book. You must get your copy. You will love it. You will enjoy it. Thank you so much.
So before, please.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Rajiv, now you're sparing your time between the corporate world and now being an author. Congratulations, back to back 2 books. Tell me, you're enjoying yourself being a writer, or you want to go back to your corporate world, or you want to continue both? Which is getting more satisfying?
Wrong question, sir. The chairman of my company is sitting here.
You could surprise him today. You could surprise him today. You could surprise him.
No, but I think
with your answer.
But I think I'm learning to manage both. I'm really learning to manage both. As I said, this date was a target, and I used to write this book late night, Saturdays, Sundays. I think I'm not there as yet where I think bye to corporate world and get full time there. Maybe 2-3 books more, but I'm enjoying it. As I said, that I really want to write the third one and perhaps the fourth and the fifth. But yeah, let's see. So I'm enjoying. As of now, I'm enjoying both. Sir, am I?
You still have
Yeah,
the
please
job.
go ahead. You want to ask something? Yeah.
You still have the job.
Greetings, sir. My name is Maz Ahmed. I'm from MIT Noida. Sir, I wanted to ask you this question: what are the main challenges you encountered while writing this book, sir? And how did you push yourself to finish the book? Like some people, what happened when they start, they stop in between, but you did and completed. Sir, how did you do it?
So that corporate training, that work, you काम जो time पे खत्म होना चाहिए वो time पे खत्म होना चाहिए. Sir, it just taught me this. Time पे खत्म होना है तो time पे खत्म होना है. सबको Monday morning report चाहिए तो चाहिए. So that's how I said I had a target in mind कि 10th November को इस book का launch होना चाहिए. And that's how I managed keeping that in time. But another thing is that this kind of a book you cannot, whenever you want to write, you cannot write. You have to get into that frame of mind and when you actually start writing. So it's a mix of both, keeping the target in mind and whenever you get into that creative mood, that's how it happens. It looks like a very professional author kind of an answer. Thank you.
Okay, let's take one question or maybe views from a female friend of yours, a common friend. Rekha, I can see sitting there. She's a female professional from security industry because I'm not seeing females coming up with views and questions. So Rekha, please share your views about this book and anything that you want to talk about Rajiv and his second book.
You've put me on spot now, really. But so confession, Rajiv, I've yet to I thought that I'll just get the book here, get your signatures, and then I'll start reading. But I've gone through his earlier work. So I'm here because so I've told him I think a couple of days ago that you have one permanent ceiling fan of yours here, right? So one of his fan. But more than that, I think the way someone from that side said that he's in a wrong profession. I say this to you every day. So one, the kind of person as a human, whether you are corporate, and I think this young child here, student, so he just asked, how did you manage to what pushed you? So if you are a very genuine human being, you're gonna really, achieve what you want to do. How difficult the situation is irrelevant. Rajiv, we all know as an author, a corporate person, a person who loves to do creative thing. But I think he is gem of a person when it comes to what kind of human being he is. And that you can see in his work, whether it's corporate work, and Sir is there, he can vouch for that. But even prior to that, in whatever organizations he's worked for, just look around, the kind of people here, it is not the network, it's the relationship that he has built. So for that, I think commendable, Rajiv, amazing. I'm yet to go through the book, but I'm sure it's going to be a blockbuster, like I said earlier.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So anyone else from the audience?
Naveen Mathur.
Okay. Okay.
हेलो एवरीबॉडी, गुड इवनिंग। मैं राजीव का बड़ा भाई हूँ। जैसे सब यहाँ पर राजीव के बारे में बता रहे हैं, should I tell you that he is a very good cricketer, he is a very good sports person, he is a very good singer, He is a lovable brother, Jane and Jane, one book, two books, and many books to come. He is such a lovable gem of a person, and I'm telling you, he is really in a wrong profession. He should have been in Bollywood actually, and he's a Bollywood star. हमारे जितने भी should I tell you, हम 4-5 बार साल में अपने कोई ना कोई फंक्शंस पे जाते हैं. Can you beat it? हम करवा चौथ पे भी मिलते हैं सारे भाई लोग. All the bhos, all the brothers, we all are there. Anniversaries, Dashera, Diwali, and he is such a naughty person. एक हफ्ता पहले इस पार्टी का ड्रेस कोड ये है. एंड ड्रेस कोड कैसा होता है? सब इस बार येलो कलर की ड्रेस पहनेंगे या इस बार सब ना रजवाड़ा ड्रेस पहनेंगे. थीम इज रजवाड़ा. ऑल द लेडीज आर डेक्ड अप इन ब्यूटीफुल नेकलेसेस, ब्यूटीफुल ड्रेसेस. हम लगे हुए हैं, एक टोपी लगाएंगे, साफा लगाएंगे, साथ में कली लगा रहे हैं. सो एवरीबडी इज सो केप्ड अप एंड रेडी फॉर द इवेंट. सो ये तारीफ है राजीव की. इस बात पे जोरदार ताली बजाएं. बुक्स लिखना हमें नहीं पता ये कहाँ से आर्ट डेवलप हो गया. हम तो सोचते थे ये पेस बॉलिंग करते हैं, और पेस बॉलिंग करते करते ये कौन सी स्विंग डाल के इन्होंने किताब लिखना शुरू कर दिया. हम खुद नहीं जानते ये कला इनके अंदर कहाँ से आई और कैसे आई, और बहुत अच्छी आई है. लेकिन ज़्यादा शब्द ना लेते हुए मैं अपने ब्रदर राजीव को शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ. इस तरह की अचीवमेंट्स लाइफ में करते रहें. कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड तो चलता रहता है. कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड आप कभी यहाँ नौकरी करोगे, कभी यहाँ करोगे, कभी कहीं करोगे. वो तो एक करना चाहिए क्योंकि दैट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ. बट कल्टिवेटिंग योर हॉबीज, योर पैशन, राइटिंग बुक्स, ये चीज़ें हैं जो आपको इस लेवल से कहाँ ले जाएंगी. सो आई विश राजीव आप अपनी ये कलाएं, अपनी ये अचीवमेंट्स इनको बरकरार रखें, और हम सब लोगों को बार बार कहीं ना कहीं नई जगह पे बुलाते रहे, और हमारी शुभकामनाएं आपके साथ. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Yeah, please.
So Rajiv, congratulations first of all, and so as we all know, behind a successful man is a beautiful woman, right?
Certainly.
So, thank you. So I would like to know more about the beautiful woman behind your success.
Yeah.
What will and what do you think
राजीव अंकल बैठी हुई है, ध्यान से बोल.
is her contribution to the book that we have today, being launched?
ये एक बहन ही एक बहन के बारे में सोचती है.
Grammatically it has to be WOMEN.
Ian.
Ian.
Yeah, so that applies. A tough question again. But yes,
मुश्किल है.
you definitely need a lot of support from the lady of the house. Definitely need. You will read at many a times in the book that how strong she has been during these 1,000 days, and even otherwise. Otherwise, everyone knows she is very strong. So, thank you, Jia, for asking this question, and this gives me an opportunity to thank you on this platform for making this happen, for your support. Thank you so much. Captain Kagi sir is here.
One lingering question, now right time to ask. You motivated me to write a book. Who motivated you to write?
You.
Now we are part of mutual admiration club. Thank you. Honestly.
Okay, I can see someone raising hand, and then
Should I answer that question? sir?
Honestly, I want to.
Okay.
Okay, so I think January earlier, or maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I had all my Vijay sir, all my parameters, they were cholesterol high, BP high, and Dr. Parinita ke paas, and she said, ये दवाई, but दवाई नहीं, ये दवाई नहीं खानी है. I will come back to you with all those corrected parameters with the change in lifestyle. And I really honestly tried. So I started running and walking. And simultaneously, my daughter took me to the World Book Fair. And she bought, I think, about 30-40 books for herself, and she picked up 5 books for me. ये पढ़ो, ये पढ़ो, ये पढ़ो. So both these things simultaneously happened. I started, focusing towards fitness, running, and I started reading. So while I was doing this, I got a book in my hand by a very famous author, Sweta Samota, and the book says The Running Effect. And she's an accomplished author. She's a fitness, enthusiast, and she has written this book. In that book, she quoted about Robin Sharma, a famous author. He said that all successful people do 3 things: read, write, and run. So I was reading, I was running, I was not writing. I thought, let me write. That's how writing happens, sir.
Wonderful.
So I think we should wrap up. Yeah. Fine. But before we wrap up, Rajiv, would you like to tell our audience from where they can get the book, online, offline, anything you want to convey the final message about the book and from where they can get this?
Yes, of course. One, the book is available outside, and outside at the counter at a 20% discount. And 2, it is available on Amazon. I think the Kindle edition is still not there. Maybe tomorrow or day after. But otherwise, the book is available on Amazon. Please read and give your feedback to me in whichever form you want to. Thank you everyone for coming. It's an honor to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. That was an insightful session. Now I would like to invite Seema ma'am to kindly facilitate Rajiv sir with a token of appreciation. Kindly give a huge round of applause for him.
Congratulations and best wishes, and I think this is the biggest success when your people are around you.
Yes.
In something you start.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Kamini ma'am to come forward and Seema ma'am to facilitate her.
Thank you so much.
Lieutenant General Sudhir Sharma sir for his felicitation by Seema ma'am. Please give him a huge round of applause. Now I would like to invite Nupur ma'am to kindly come forward and Seema ma'am would felicitate her. I would like to invite Ajitab sir